Starlog, episode 9, Berkan. Episode 9. We're almost to 10. Hell yeah.
Where's the theme button song?
No. It's
you do this every
beat.
time.
It's drum beat.
Okay, there we go.
All right, I don't even know.
All right. Well, Michael, you kind of stole my intro there.
I know. Well, you've done 8 episodes, so I thought episode 9.
Which is why I felt like it's established that I go Starlog at the beginning of every episode. I thought we established
we never
this.
talked about why.
It's consistent now.
We're co-hosts, Berkan. We're both a co-host here.
This is so like us to steal from each other. You know, I actually have a story that this fits in very, very well with.
What?
I've stolen from Michael many a times. And he's accidentally stolen from me, but that's not
I was
the
about to say,
purpose of the
I only
story.
really know about the things that I've stolen from you. Because I feel like all friends kind of do this. I don't even know where you're going with this yet, but I mean, like...
So, okay, let me tell my story. So,
do your story.
when we were in college, Michael got kidney stones.
Yes.
Okay, so Michael got kidney stones, and I was like, okay, Michael...
Why we got to be talking about my kidneys right now?
Because your kidneys are very important to the story,
Okay.
and I love your kidneys.
Thank you.
Without your kidneys, you wouldn't exist. Am I wrong?
Valid. Continue.
I took a day of med school.
You did you?
No.
Why would you say that?
I don't know, humor.
All right, go. Okay,
So Michael had kidney stones, and the typical best friend would bring like a Frosty, which I think I did bring you a
I think
Frosty.
you did, yeah.
I did bring you a Frosty. So really, I'm going above and beyond in this story.
Yeah, you're killing it on the friendship scale. You know?
So Michael had kidney stones, and I was like, Michael, you're so down, and like he's home from college, which isn't an often thing during the year when you're in school, I guess.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I want to still do something with you. So I'm like, hey, I'm going to take you to your first Dallas Stars game. I'm going to take you to a Stars game.
Yeah.
We're going to have a good time, and it's going to be great. So Michael's like, okay, he deals with his kidney stones. He has like a day to recover. The second day, he's still like on drugs, still like not totally 100% comfortable. But I was like, you're well enough. So he comes to my house, and then I open the door, and I have this giant sign that says, my best friend has kidney stones. Throw us a puck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was totally going to take advantage of your sickness.
You were in a big hockey phase at the time.
They were so cheap. They were so bad that I was on the college pass, and tickets were like $10 the night before a game.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's cheaper than going to the movies.
So you were going to the Dallas Stars games like all the time, like every week.
It was awesome.
So I got kidney stones, and still you were like, Michael, get out of bed and let's go into the public and go watch a game. And I was like, okay, fine. And of course, you had an ulterior motive. You didn't just want to like get my mind off things. You wanted to.
I was like, this is my opportunity. I could do something really funny.
And we went before the game even started. We went before almost anybody was there.
Yeah,
while they were
right when the
warming
doors
up.
opened, we needed to be there because we needed to get seat. Because you can before you go to your actual assigned seats, you can go down to the glass to watch them warm up. And so I was like, Michael, we need to be there. The game starts at 7:30. We got to be there at 5:30 on the dot. As soon as the doors open, so we can rush down. I know you have kidney stones, but you're gonna have to hustle.
Here's the thing: you didn't really tell me any of that until I got to your house.
No.
So I got to your house. You already had a poster made, and then you told me that this game actually wasn't starting for a while, and that we were getting there early so that we could put this poster basically like onto the glass while the players were warming up.
Bang on the glass, get their attention.
So they would have to look at it for a long time.
It's a really smart plan.
It was a smart plan, except I was just a tool in your master plan.
Do you know why it's irrelevant?
Why?
Because the plan worked.
It did work. That's the craziest part. They were like, "Oh, this poor guy has kidney stones."
So they threw him a puck, and Michael's like, "Oh my gosh, that worked." We took a picture, and I was like, "Thank you, Michael," and I took the puck from him.
And I was like, "Wait, it was my kidney stones that
my poster." My poster, my plan, my puck. But you know what, Michael?
What?
I did feel bad about it, and I have the puck in my hand.
This is the puck?
This is the puck right here, January 4th, 2017. So we always have the date.
It actually has the date on it?
It has the date, which is why I love it so much. And I've always felt bad about it. So today, Michael, on this podcast, I'm not going to give you the puck. It's still my puck. But I have a different puck for you. Here you go. This is a puck that the Stars gave me the last time I went, and it's dated November 14th, 2023. It's close to Jan 4th, 2017, I guess. Not really, but here's a puck.
Wait, so you're keeping my puck and you're giving me a puck that you actually got on your own volition?
No, they gave it to me. It was a player didn't give it to me, but they gave it to me.
The Stars gave it to you?
The Stars gave it to me.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't like.
But that's what I mean. You got
still
this, like
gifted.
you got this by yourself.
Yeah.
And yet you're keeping the one that I got from my kidney stones.
Yeah. No, I'm never giving
Why
you
do
this
we have each other's pucks? Why don't we just have our own pucks?
because that's not how this friendship works.
All
This
right,
is my
well,
puck.
at least okay, fine. You know what? I have a puck now, at least. So
Yeah, so now you have a
Thank
puck.
you, Berkan.
If this podcast, if this episode gets 1,000 downloads, I will give you that puck.
We can do that though, y'all. Dude, do I gotta get kidney stones again to get this damn puck? Download this episode, y'all. Come on.
Yeah, it was a good time. I also, we were in like UAL One Act together. The first time I ever really stole from Michael.
Yeah.
Michael played the Clockmaster.
Yeah.
And in UIL One Acts, at the end of after every performance, they do like these little award ceremonies.
Yeah.
And so they have like best actor, best actress, honorable mentions.
Yeah.
And Michael, I felt like really killed it that last show we did. Like
It was a really dark show, and I was playing like this puppet master type character that was like always pulling the strings from the background.
Yeah.
With like an evil grim.
and I was like, Michael, you did so well. And this was like our 7th round or something. And so at this point, you kind of felt like
We had kept like advancing, and the
Yeah.
same type of people were getting awards.
Yeah,
every time.
and Michael was never one of them.
Yeah.
And I was like, I also was never one of them, to be clear. But I looked at Michael before they started doing awards. I'm like, Michael, I really think you did a good job. I think you're going to win like an award. I really do.
I didn't think so. I was like, oh, thanks, Berkan, but you know, like I'm not even like really like one of the main characters. Like, I only have like a couple appearances, and like I haven't gotten an award so far. So thanks, but probably not. You know.
Yeah, and so, but I'm like, no, Michael, I think today's going to be it. And sure enough, they start doing the awards. Honorable mention comes up, and they go, Michael Lee, Hebron High School.
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh, Michael!
Oh my god,
you
me?
won! Oh my gosh!
Oh my god!
I can't believe it! And Michael's all excited. He's going up
Yeah.
there. They take a cute little picture. He has this really nice medal.
I'm all dressed up. I'm in like an all black suit.
But here's a key thing of the story. Before Michael went up there, I turned over to him and I was like, when you win, I have dibs on your medal.
And I was like, yeah, whatever. Because
Yep.
I'm not gonna win.
Yep. And so again,
And
he
then,
goes
oh my
up.
God. Oh.
Oh my gosh, he wins.
Yeah.
He comes back down. I go, congratulations, Michael.
Yeah, thanks, Berkan.
Give me my medal.
What? You didn't even let me have it for like 2 minutes.
No,
Like, as soon
but
as
Michael
I-
agreed before. He's like, yeah, okay, you have dibs.
He called dibs.
It's the rules.
But
It's
that
the
is
rules of
why
life.
it's funny that I didn't know that you were going to tell these stories. But that is why when we got that puck, we didn't mention this earlier, but I did accept a trade. I said, okay, fine, you can keep this puck
That's true.
if I can
forgot
have
about
my
that.
medal back. Like,
That's true.
If you get this
That
puck,
is
you
true.
relinquish-
I wasn't totally cold hearted. I was like, okay, Michael, you
Yeah.
can keep your medal, but the
Yeah,
puck's
we
mine.
literally, and these two events were years apart. But I was
That's
like,
true, they were.
You can have this puck undisputed if you relinquish your dibs on my medal.
That's true. Well, I do have a second Michael story, and this one I just learned about 2 nights ago.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it was really funny. I actually it was a really nice event.
We weren't even. Wait, how did you?
Okay, so
Maybe I
this
shouldn't even ask.
this is
because
what happened.
We
This is
weren't
what
even
happened.
talking 2 nights ago.
No, this is what happened. So we had a friend in middle school and high school. Her name was Rachel.
Yeah.
And Rachel eloped in South Korea, and she had
Yeah,
a
congratulations,
ceremony.
Rachel.
Congratulations, Rachel. We know you listen to the podcast because we saw our stats, and we see 1 download from South Korea. So
Yeah.
we're like,
So
"Ah,
we know
Rachel's
that's got to be
listening."
Rachel.
Rachel's listening. Also, shout out to our fans in Frankfurt.
Yeah,
we have no idea how
we
that
have,
happened.
Like our number one like city according to
Frankfurt in
according to our
Germany.
statistics is Frankfurt in Germany. So if you're from Frankfurt, like we love you, dude. Like
We love you.
we love Frankfurt.
Please let yourself be known because we're more interested in you
Yeah.
than you are in us.
let us know if you're from Frankfurt, and honestly, like let's be friends because
It's just so cool. Anyway, so
apparently we vibe. So.
So Rachel she eloped in South Korea, and then she came back to town for a little bit, like a week, and they had like a really nice dinner, reception type thing.
Cool.
And so Allison and I were invited, and we went.
That's so cool.
It was so cool. It was so sweet. I love seeing Rachel. I really do. I mean,
Wow.
we were not.
You
her
made
and I
the
were
cut
so
until
close.
it was a small event, and you made the cut.
That really like it made
so nice.
It made like
That's
my
so
month.
sweet.
I
Yeah.
was so excited when she reached out inviting us. But anyway, so at this dinner, me and Allison got a good chance to catch up with her dad.
I loved her dad.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in forever, which is why I say loved.
He's
But
awesome.
He was such a cool person.
He's
when I
awesome.
knew him.
After the reception, Allison goes like, I think her dad's my favorite person.
Right.
But fun fact, Michael and Rachel did date.
Yeah, I
in
mean, in
middle
the
school.
7th grade, so it's like, can you consider that dating? I don't know.
Yeah, and so he told us this really cute story. So that leads me to kind of ask this question, Michael, what is the proper way to eat enchiladas?
I mean, with a fork and knife.
Oh, really? With a fork and knife? Because according to Mr. Ramirez, he took Michael and Rachel while they were together in middle school to this like Tex-Mex restaurant, and they bring Michael a plate of enchiladas, and instead of using a fork and spoon, Michael, hand and fist, picks up the enchiladas, trying to eat it, and everyone just looking at him, and Rachel is holding a fork. It's like, you want to try again, buddy? And it's like this image of Michael just trying to pick up the enchiladas to stuff his face like a caveman. Like it's medieval times, and they're like, your fork is your right hand, your spoon's your left hand.
Dude, I have no memory of this. This is crazy.
It was so funny.
That's so embarrassing.
I was like, this is so good.
Well, I don't eat enchiladas like that anymore.
This is literally how the conversation
I learned
went.
that day. I learned a lesson that day.
This is literally how the conversation went. I was like, yeah, Michael, like he was my best man at my wedding, and he goes, wait, Michael Lee? And I'm like, yeah, Michael Lee was your best man. I'm like, yeah. I said, Michael Lee dated Rachel. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, do you know the enchilada story?
I didn't. That's actually like a story that they remember.
Yeah, and it's great. I laughed so hard.
That's so embarrassing.
Alice and I were so excited. I was like, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to tell Michael.
Embarrassing. Oh my god.
We told him too. We told him, I was like, oh, we're going to tell Michael this on the podcast. And he was like, oh, you guys have a podcast? That's awesome.
Oh my god.
So, yeah.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you, Ramirez family, for teaching me how to eat enchiladas, apparently.
I love it. I love it so much. Again, just a congratulations to Rachel.
I must have repressed that memory. Oh
a happy life of marriage and love and happiness to you.
Congratulations.
Moving on, this last week of this filming, Percy Jackson was released on Disney Plus, and this is monumental because I don't know about you, but I am a very, very big Percy Jackson fan. I love Percy Jackson.
Yeah, I loved Percy Jackson when I was reading the books. Yeah, I mean, I haven't, so I'm not like caught up on the books. Like I read like probably the first 2 books when they got into like the Roman era.
Yeah.
So I didn't finish like the second series.
Right.
And
Disgrace.
I haven't seen the new stuff on Disney Plus only because I've been on Christmas vacation.
Yes.
So I haven't had a chance to really watch anything for a while. But I hear it's great.
Yeah,
and,
it's
and feel free to tell me whatever you want because I've read the books. So
it is so here's the thing. It is I am impressed with the amount of detail they're putting in the show.
What kind of detail?
Like they are very much so like making it to where like they're not leaving any stone unturned from the books. Like they're trying their best to do like a true adaptation. Like some small differences, of course, are natural when going from page to screen, but they're really like, we're not making the same mistake again. This is our story. We're doing it the way it's supposed to be told. And they're hitting their beats. They're setting things up for like later seasons that like people who've read the books like know like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they're setting that up already. Like we're actually gonna see it one day.
Wow, that's so cool.
It's really cool. The one thing I don't think the show is doing well is I think maybe they're leaning in a little bit too much to the people who are already in love with the world of Percy Jackson. And people who haven't read the books, I have seen are like enjoying the show, which is great. But I think there still needs to be a balance of catering to both book lovers and new to the franchise.
What do you think like they're not catering to new people about? Like what do you think that they could be doing better to get new viewers?
Like I think they're kind of like glossing over like fight sequences. They're glossing over some relationships. Like Gabe is a good example. Like Gabe doesn't seem like this terrible person. Like you can tell like he's a lazy and like a loser, but he's not like disgusting. He's not really abusive. He's not gross.
So you don't like hate him?
You don't hate him. Like
in the books, you hate him.
I was just like, this guy's lame, and they put in a scene with him and Sally, and they're arguing about New York Knicks, like not wanting to watch alone. And after that scene, I was like, it makes sense why Sally's with him because I feel like they actually get along on some level. It doesn't give me Sally's with him to mask Percy from the smell of monsters.
Yeah,
like that doesn't read. But like I knew why that relationship exists because I read the books.
So do you think that like they're gonna go with the same route, like the same ending where they like kill off Gabe and like?
I can't remember that happened in the book or the movie.
Oh, I can't. I guess I don't remember if it happened in the book.
Yeah,
But I mean, in the movie, like Medusa got him, didn't?
yeah, but
Like,
in the
Medusa's
book,
head and like the free.
in the book and in the series, spoiler alert. In the book and the series, they ship the head of Medusa to Olympus to send a message to the gods. So that's what happens in the series, but the sending it to Gabe was what happened. Actually, in the movie, the Logan Lerman movie, they cut out the head. They used it later on their quest, and then they sent the head to Gabe to take care of it.
Yes.
But I think maybe there's a chance Poseidon actually sends the head to Gabe. I can't remember. After we read the book.
So, but you like the series?
I do like.
How many
I do.
episodes are out right now? As we're
3
as
episodes
we're
are
doing
out.
this?
There's going to
Okay.
be 8 total
in season 1.
in season 1.
And is that going to be the entirety of book 1?
It should be the entirety of book 1. Yes.
Okay.
But anyway, I think they're doing good. The fight sequences also are really like glossed over, which I don't necessarily like. I get
Yeah.
that the 12.
I was about to say, aren't they 12? Like it
Yeah,
might be
like,
hard to
I
do
understand
like a good
that.
fight sequence with 12-year-olds.
Yeah, I understand that, but it's still like you still want like you want to see.
Oh
the
yeah.
stakes.
I mean the books were badass.
Yeah, and even then, people are like, "Well, the fights weren't really that great in the first book anyway."
Okay.
I'm like, "Yeah, but these fights are like lasting like seconds." So that's my only like thing with that. But I think that's something that over time will get better. And all my critiques are honestly pretty minor. So
Okay.
it's a good series. So
What would you
far.
rate it?
I think right now it's hovering at like a 7 out of 10, but it's growing.
Okay.
So like it was like at a 6.7. Now it's at like a 7.4. And I'm anticipating it's going to keep rising.
Okay.
So we'll have to see. It's not fair to really rate it until the end.
Right. And if it's gonna go on for years,
Mm-hmm.
then there's a good chance that it'll get better and better.
Oh yeah, and plus the actors are going to improve too, because you can also
They're
tell
gonna
when
get
you watch
older
them.
and yeah.
You can also tell like they have some natural gifts, but they're also like 12 and they don't totally know
Right.
how to act 100%.
It could be like a Stranger Things situation where we like watch the kids grow up.
yeah, and
I
so
think,
it's
yeah.
that's gonna get better too. So that's not really something I really care about at this moment.
Okay.
But something that has kind of sparked out of this is a lot of conversations of Harry Potter versus Percy Jackson, because this series could actually finally, because Percy Jackson always had the potential to be better than Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Have a better legacy. They just ruined it the first
Ooh,
time.
yeah.
So if this series hits correctly, I think it could actually surpass Harry Potter. They just have to do it correctly and to completion. So that's left some debate. I posted a video on Instagram and TikTok that did pretty well, and I was basically saying, it's one of those where I'm yelling at Allison in like the high pitched Fred Figglehorn voice.
Yeah.
And I was like, if you think that Percy Jackson would lose to Harry Potter, you're out of your mind. If
Percy Jackson's a demigod.
Percy Jackson would absolutely obliterate Harry Potter. I love Harry Potter. The dude does not have the spine. He relies on defense spells, which is fine, but you're not gonna win against somebody who can literally bloodbend. Oh yeah, Percy can bloodbend. I don't know if you got that far, but he literally can control your blood.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty freaking awesome. I mean, Percy is ruthless. As a 12-year-old boy, he's cutting off heads. Come on now.
Yeah, for real.
Come on now. It's a no question. But Michael.
Yeah.
If you had to are you familiar with the Percy Jackson Capture the Flag games?
Yes.
Okay, so question.
Okay.
If you had a Capture the Flag game and you had Hogwarts students, including Hermione and Harry and all those main people,
Yeah.
versus the demigods, Camp Half-Blood, like Percy, Annabeth Grover, all those guys,
Yeah.
who do you think would win in Capture the Flag?
I think that's a good question. Are we assuming same number on both teams?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the best of Percy Jackson and the best of Harry Potter.
Are we like what kind of like equipment does Hogwarts have? Like, do they have brooms? Do they have?
Everyone has their equipment. To keep it
Dude,
fair,
I don't-
everybody gets their equipment.
I think the brooms are a huge advantage, and especially if you have the cloak of invisibility. Like even just if you have.
Annabeth has the invisibility too, because in the book she has a New York Yankees hat that can turn her invisible.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think the speed of the brooms and the fact
Well,
that
they also
can
have
fly.
the demigods have Pegasus.
Does that count as equipment? Can you?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Why not? Keep it fair.
Um,
It's tough. It's a tough matchup.
I think so.
I personally think like it's interesting seeing like the Annabeth go up against Hermione because the both will come up with a strategy and smart plan.
Yeah, they're similar characters.
They are
in that,
similar
in that they're both like
characters.
smart.
Yep.
Uh,
I think I'd give the advantage to the Wizards, to be honest, though.
yeah.
Just because the demigods are all gonna have to play close up, right?
That's exactly what I was thinking too. I was like, they got range, but the demigods kind of have like crossbows and bows and stuff, but there's still like ammunition and reload and stuff like that.
The Wizards they can get you from a mile away.
I just think they have range and probably speed.
Yeah, I think so
side.
too. I think Wizards would win.
I mean,
against
close
demigods
up-
and Claptrap to Flag.
Close up, yeah, those demigods, they got crazy godlike powers.
Yeah, if you put them in like a fist fight,
stab
the demigods
you
will
and-
win.
yeah,
yeah,
and
100%.
They got the swords, but yeah.
if we're being tactical and then there's like a forest and like you can like play around with it a little bit, I think the Wizards.
If you got potions and stuff.
yeah.
'Cause I don't think the demigods don't really do potions.
No.
So I think
the Wizards could use Apologies potion and just disguise themselves as a camper.
I think the wizards just have like more like abilities. Like I think the demigods are probably stronger.
Mhm.
Camp Half-Blood's probably stronger, but the wizards just have like versatility and probably speed and range. So
what would you rather? Would you rather go be a camper at Camp Half-Blood, or would you be a student at Hogwarts?
that's great. I never really read the Harry Potter books. I've watched all the movies.
I think you can still still answer that question.
I think I would rather be a student at Hogwarts because I think everybody at Camp Half-Blood, they're there because they're like we could die at any time. Like those monsters are coming for us.
Yeah.
and we just got to be somewhere that's safe. And they only really have the abilities that their parents gave them. So like I always thought like the children of Aphrodite were kind of lame because their whole thing was they're like, oh, we're hot. It's like, what is that really like?
Hey, Selena Bogard sacrificed herself in the 5th book. She showed she was more than just a pretty face.
All right. Well, that's true, but they don't. I mean, Percy Jackson can bloodbend. Versus if you're a student at Hogwarts, like even if you're a mudblood like Hermione, and you don't have anyone like any wizard parents or whatever, you can go do whatever you want to do. Like you can. That's why she was so into Hogwarts. She can go learn. Like she can literally time travel. You know what I mean?
That's a good point. She can try and travel.
Like, I just think like the doors open up for you a little bit more. I thought the Percy Jackson book series was, I mean, like amazing, you know, and I love the world more. But which one would I rather be in? I guess Harry. Also, like Harry's really the only one who's actually in danger. All the time, right? The other students at Hogwarts are just students.
They're just students.
So there's not really that level of stress or anxiety. Plus, you have like a whole new realm of like freedom and adventure and power versus like Camp Half-Blood. It's like you got to survive. And you only have so many tools that you can use at your disposal.
I think Camp Half-Blood will provide a more what's the word I'm looking for? Like a team like oriented experience.
Oh, okay.
Like you'd make more friends, I think, in Camp Half-Blood because
Yeah.
like while yes they all have different parents, they're all like able to mix and mingle.
It's a lot.
They can like date people from other cabins,
Yeah.
even though
I mean, it's
think about the
camp.
family.
It's more
Just don't think
fun.
about the family.
Right.
Yeah, it is more fun.
It's more fun because it's camp versus Hogwarts is school, right?
Yeah. And so and in Hogwarts, though, it's like, oh, Gryffindors only really hang out with Gryffindors.
Yeah.
So it's like it's separated more, and I think that aspect of it I would enjoy Camp Half-Blood more, but
Right.
the Wizarding world I think overall just seems like a more fun and enjoyable place because you're right, in the real world of the demigod, most of the time monsters just want to kill them. Now once they become adults, apparently that's not really a problem anymore.
But you got to survive to adulthood.
You gotta survive. You gotta make it that long. Wizards, they're just here to have a good time. They can do magical stuff. They can go drink magical beer and whiskey and have a good time.
Yeah.
And so I guess I'd rather be a wizard in Hogwarts
Yeah.
for sure.
Either one would be fun, I guess. But
Yeah.
you had the choice.
That's true. Okay. Something I thought would be fun that we haven't discussed yet. DreamWorks versus Pixar. Both powerhouses in animation, both very vital to our childhood.
Why you got to pit two queens against each other?
Because
Why you
when you love both queens, I think it's okay.
Okay.
It's not like which one would you have to hate the other. It's we love both of them. They're both amazing legacies, both amazing films. Let's just compare them.
Okay.
Compare two great things.
Well, DreamWorks, I feel like has more misses.
It does, I think, have more misses than Pixar, but when it hits, it hits.
Yeah, I mean Kung Fu Panda, How to Train Your Dragon.
And we're getting Kung Fu Panda 4 too, by the way.
Yes, dude. What are they even gonna do at this point?
Oh, do you not know the story of Kung Fu Panda 4?
I've seen like the trailer, and I saw that Tai Lung is back, and there's like a
Kind of.
chameleon. So it's like there's like some kung fu master who's like taking the styles of like the old
Yeah, literally
kung fu-
shape-shifting into
yeah,
them.
okay, yeah.
So it's like
Tai Lung's not actually back. It's just the chameleon.
He could be
pretending
back.
To be Tai Lung.
He could be back for
Okay.
sure. There's a lot of cool theories out there about Tai Lung actually finally becoming the next Dragon Warrior by redeeming himself because he was always trained, but now he maybe have learned the lesson from the first movie in his solitary. He's been beat up so many times since then, so maybe he kind of has a redemption arc. Maybe he gets his Darth Vader throwing Palpatine off a ledge moment
Right.
in Kung Fu Panda 4. Who knows? But Kung Fu Panda as a trilogy, amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. First movie is great. Second and third movie are good. How to Train Your Dragon is the best trilogy.
I saw we're also getting a new Despicable Me or something like
But that's
that.
not DreamWorks. That's Illumination.
Oh, it's Illumination. Okay.
Yeah.
Isn't that at Universal Studios?
It is at Universal Studios, but that doesn't mean it's a DreamWorks project.
Gotcha. Okay. My bad.
We are getting a new Megamind project.
Megamind. Is that DreamWorks?
That is DreamWorks.
Dude, Megamind. What a brilliant
I know.
movie.
I know. It's so good.
I know.
But, okay, so How to Train Your Dragon, best trilogy. Do you think How to Train Your Dragon is better than the Toy Story trilogy?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really enjoy the Toy Story trilogy as much as you did. I know it's some of your favorite movies.
Do you see my life leaving my body?
Yeah, I
As you
do.
said that. I
I
cannot
do.
believe you said that.
I mean, they're great, trust me. But I feel like with Toy Story, it's like every movie, they're like, all right, this is it. This is the last Toy Story movie. Like, we're done. You know? I mean, Toy Story 1 could have been like a standalone, right? Toy Story 2, you kind of knew, like, okay, there could be something else after this. And I think Toy Story 2 is like a Shrek 2 moment where it's like the sequel is better than
the original?
than any other movie in the whole series.
Yeah. Oh, no.
It's like-
No. Toy Story 3 is the best.
I like
Toy Story 3 is either the best or the second best Pixar film, period.
That's your opinion.
That is the fact.
I like Toy Story 2 the best.
You have a terrible
Also,
opinion.
it's like same with National Treasure. National Treasure 2
Oh, so much better than the
better
first
than
one.
National Treasure 1.
Yeah.
Toy Story 2
100%.
better than Toy Story 1. Shrek 2 better than Shrek 1. That's okay. And
Okay.
but yeah, okay, so Toy Story 1 could have been a standalone. Toy Story 3, they're like, we did it, end of the series. Toy Story 4, they're like, we did it again, end of the series again. Like, at this point, they could come out with, are they going to make a Toy Story
There's a
5?
Toy Story 5
They're
coming
making a Toy Story 5! And then you know at the end of that one, they're going to be like, all right, that's it. Last Toy Story ever. I do not believe you. More than almost every single movie in Toy Story, in the Toy Story timeline, has been a finale.
Yeah.
Like, you
that's-
can't keep...
That's a valid point. Okay, so this is the way I
can't
see
keep
it.
getting away with
This
this.
is the way I see it. Okay, Toy Story is the same level as the Shrek franchise.
Okay.
Both have 4 movies. Both are getting a 5th. Now, Pixar doesn't have any other trilogy, but they have a lot of like sequels. So we got Finding Nemo, Finding Dory, The Incredibles, The Incredibles 2,
Incredibles.
Monsters University, Monsters Inc. Right? We have movies that have sequels.
They're making an Inside Out too.
We have the Cars trilogy.
Cars trilogy.
Okay, but is How to Train Your Dragon better than Cars?
Yes.
100%. 100%.
That's not even. I
I think Cars is the most overrated Pixar project.
Who would put the Cars trilogy above
My
the How to Train
entire
Your Dragon?
TikTok comment section would put the Cars trilogy over everybody.
Bro, okay, but the comment section,
It's ridiculous.
I got beef with the comment section. They also a lot of the times they just don't get us.
They don't get us. But yeah, okay, so How to Train Your Dragon is better than the Cars trilogy. It's better than the Toy Story trilogy. I am willing to actually agree with that. I don't think any How to Train Your Dragon movie is better than Toy Story 3, but I don't think Toy Story as a franchise is better than How to Train Your Dragon.
Okay, that's fair.
I think Toy Story, it would have been
You're being
before-
really
I'm
like objective right now. Like you're really putting your feelings aside.
I'm trying my very best.
I
If
know
Toy
those
Story
movies are
4, if
important.
Toy Story 4 didn't happen, I think Toy Story would have won.
And the fact they're making a Toy Story. Buzz was barely in Toy Story 4.
I think that's going to change in Toy Story 5.
You think they're bringing back Buzz?
Yeah, Tim Allen's already like talking about Toy Story 5.
We had to change the camera views a little bit because one of our cameras died.
The magic of podcasting. You never know what's going to happen. For
Exact-
all they know, this could be the first time we're doing this. When in reality, it's like the 6th time we're doing it.
All right. Anyway, you were saying something about Toy Story.
Listen, I love Toy Story movies, and if it wasn't for Toy Story 4, I would genuinely think that trilogy is better than How to Train Your Dragon. It'd be the best animated trilogy of all time.
right.
However,
Little
I cannot
much.
I cannot say that when Toy Story 4 exists. Although I enjoy Toy Story 4 because I love those characters with all my heart, it's impossible for me not to like them. How to Train Your Dragon has the edge.
I think you're right. And that, honestly, that's being really fair of you because I know that you love the Toy Story movies so much. And, if you had asked me before we started filming this episode if I liked Pixar or DreamWorks more, I probably would have said Pixar just out of, habit, But after having this conversation, I think DreamWorks actually...
I still think Pixar takes the edge because Pixar is more consistent and, they have such few L's when DreamWorks does have a little bit more. Now, when they hit home runs.
Right. But the thing, I mean, we all know that, and we all say that, right, when this conversation gets brought up. But I'm struggling to think of the L's that people are always saying.
In DreamWorks?
Even I said earlier, I was like, DreamWorks.
Mr. Peabody and Sherman, Captain Underpants, Abominable.
Wow, so you got those ready to go. I forget about those movies completely.
Boss Baby.
I only remember the bangers. I
don't really like Ants that much.
Oh yeah, Ants. I forgot about. Did that one have Nick Cage in it? Was that the one with Nick Cage?
I don't think it was Nick Cage.
Do you remember when they made 3 Ants movies at the same time?
They made A Bug's Life and then Ants.
And then
DreamWorks.
Bully.
But Ant Bully wasn't the same time as Ants. Ant Bully was 2005 or something.
I don't remember the years.
Oh, do you have your phone in your podcast?
Do I have my phone?
Do you have a phone in your pocket?
Yeah.
Okay, I have a really weird talent. If someone says a movie, if I saw it in theaters, I can potentially remember the date the movie was released.
Okay.
And this is not planned, so this is a true test of my talent.
No,
I think Ant
planned.
Bully released in March 2006.
All right, let's see. Ant Bully. I'm looking. You're close. It's July 28th, 2006.
Oh, so close, but it was 2006.
Yeah, you're 3 or 4 months off.
Okay, cool.
But still, yeah. But why were they made a bunch of Ant movies around the same time? I guess maybe a little different.
Yeah.
But they also came out with a bunch of Penguin movies.
Well,
too.
There was a weird
Ants and
time where
Penguins.
DreamWorks and Disney were battling. Yes, there was Bugs Life, Ants. There was Madagascar, which was a banger.
Yeah.
And then
Happy Feet or something.
no, Disney did something called The Wild, which was also
Yes,
about
The
movies in New York
Wild.
City breaking out the
Oh my
zoo.
God. It was the same type of
It was
animals,
literally
too.
the same movie.
It was there was a lion was the main character. I remember a koala.
The Wild had the koala.
What else? What were the other animals in the wild?
A snake.
A snake. Okay, so
Yeah.
the animals were kind of different, but they had the
The
lion
exact
as
same,
the main character.
Exact same premise. Though.
Yeah, and
they broke out
and
of the New York City.
and they go to Africa.
I don't think they went to. I don't know.
Because there were
I don't remember
wildebeests.
the Wild.
There
I
were
remember
wildebeests in the
Madagascar.
wild.
I don't remember the Wild.
Okay, I remember wildebeests being a big plot point, and they're in.
I just
Africa.
remember them driving around in the city of New York and then sewers. I think there's a crocodile.
Yeah, that's at the beginning.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's so weird that they made the same kind of movies.
It is what it is. I mean, also
Madagascar, another banger DreamWorks movie that we didn't even mention.
Yeah, no, that was also another trilogy. That trilogy wasn't great though, because Madagascar was good. Madagascar 2 was good. Madagascar 3 wasn't it.
Yeah, Madagascar 3 kind of fell off.
Yeah, but also Disney released Pirates of the Caribbean, and then also DreamWorks then released Sinbad, The Seven Seas.
Really, at the same time?
Same time.
Dude, what is the deal? Do you think
I
they
know.
did that on purpose?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
So, how is this information getting leaked, and then how do they
well, you know what movies are going to be made.
I guess so. Yeah.
Some of them were probably coincidental, but some of them, I mean, come on, really?
How petty. How petty of each other to be we can't let...
It's business. That's Hollywood,
We can't let DreamWorks have the pirate market.
That's
we need to make
Hollywood,
our own
baby.
pirate movie to get some of the pirate audience.
Yeah.
We can't let them have a zoo movie without us also making a zoo movie.
But you know what? With the
Make your
Pirates,
own
though...
thing. Let's...
Make your own thing, yes, but with the Pirates, though, they both made bangers, and at
did.
least they were different characters and different plots.
Yeah, and dude,
The Wild and Madagascar were the same plot.
I love Pirates of the Caribbean.
I love Pirates of the Caribbean, and I love Sinbad.
Yeah, I don't actually. You know, I like the first 3 Pirates of the Caribbean.
I like the 4th and 5th one.
They felt like forced.
They
to
were
me.
like again first the Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy near and dear to my heart. The 4th and 5th enjoy it, not near and dear to my heart.
Right.
But okay, so DreamWorks though has the best trilogy, How to Train Your Dragon.
Okay.
Do we think?
People are gonna be mad we didn't say Kung Fu Panda.
No, Kung Fu Panda is not the best trilogy. I mean,
But I'm just saying people are gonna be mad.
let them be mad.
Okay.
Do we think it's not Sinbad? Do we think How to Train Your Dragon will still be better than the Spider-Verse trilogy?
No.
No, you think Spider-Verse?
No.
I agree with that. So Sony's actually gonna have the best animated trilogy of all time.
I
So
think yeah.
How to Train Your Dragon needs to enjoy that for a while they can. Did you say before we started filming that your sister had notes
Yeah. So
for this podcast? Like she has critiques.
yeah, I'm taking a little bit of a pivot here, but my older sister watches this podcast, and she'll never just say to me like, "Oh, good job," you know, "Oh, you guys look like you're having fun," like, you know, whatever. She'll just be like, "You could have said this differently. You could have done this better." Yada yada. Like she's just giving me critiques and notes, and I'm like, "Well, I didn't even ask you," you know, like. And
Catherine, this is me formally asking for your opinion.
Yeah, I do think it's actually kind of funny. I think it'd be a funny idea if we brought her on and we
Please
did
bring
like
the
an
entire Lee
episode.
family on the podcast.
Yeah, maybe. I think
I
it'd be
love
funny
that.
if we brought Catherine on and she just gave us notes like to our faces, like on the podcast, and we'll see how she likes being on a podcast, and she'll watch the episode back with her on it,
And then we'll
she'll
give
have
her notes.
or she'll have notes for herself. Like she'll be just as critical and be like, now I see it's. You're not just gonna get it perfect the first time. It's an impromptu thing, you know. It's just anyway. So she gave me notes, and I'm gonna implement one of her notes right now.
All right, implement it.
This is how she thinks that we're gonna like get big. Like this is how she thinks that we're gonna get like interactions and viewers and stuff like that. Ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Sound off in the comments, guys. Go ahead and just sound off in the comments. You know, if you're from Frankfurt. Sound off in the comments. We want to hear from you.
If you eloped in South Korea recently, sound off in the comments.
If you eloped in South Korea.
If you eat enchiladas with your hands, sound off in the comments.
Go ahead and just sound off in the. Hey, let us know what you think of DreamWorks and Pixar in the
Bob
comments.
Iger, CEO of Disney, sound off in the comments.
Sound off. She was literally saying to me, she was like, everyone always says sound off in the comments. She was
Catherine Lee, sound off in the comments.
She was like, do that and you'll go big. And I'm like, that's it. That's what you think it takes? Like, you think that's gonna,
now what are you gonna do if she's right?
you know, send us over?
If Catherine Lee is right, I will give this hockey puck back to Catherine Lee and only Catherine Lee.
All right. Well, if you guys sound off in the comments, I guess Catherine's getting a hockey puck. Anyway, thanks, Catherine, for the advice. And I guess we'll see if it works. You know.
Yeah.
Sound off in the comments, Catherine.
Well, I think that was a good episode. I can't
I
believe
think
our
so,
next
too. I had
episode
fun.
episode 10. We're almost there.
I know, man.
Almost there.
And the next one we do will probably be in 2024.
2024, yeah.
It's almost New Year's right now. Happy holidays. Happy New Year's.
Holidays.
Yeah. And thanks for watching, everybody.
Thanks. Who are you?
I'm Michael, signing off.
I'm Catherine.
All right. See you next time.
See ya.